for coming. I'm Anastasia Hopkins-Son. I'm the Vice President of the Annapolis Neck Peninsula Federation, and I'm a resident of the community of Annapolis Roads. And this is Linda Dodge, who is my neighbor and a resident of the community of Annapolis Roads. We're here tonight to show you the effects of storm water in a community and on Lake Ogleton. The community of Annapolis Roads is on the Bay Ridge Peninsula on the south side of Annapolis. The Annapolis Roads is on Lake Ogleton, as are several other communities like Anchorage, Annapolis Landing, and Bay Ridge. Lake Ogleton's about a mile long, and it opens up to the mouth of the Severn River. We've had problem with sedimentation historically, but in the recent year, that problem has gotten much worse. What we're going to show you is the sedimentation that has come from a construction site. Construction began last summer on a property that's 70 acres, half of which is was a golf course. And as you know, golf courses typically look like this. And this property is being leveled to make it into playing fields. That's a massive amount of soil that's being moved around. The developer and the contractor went to every effort up to the standards of the county under the inspection of the Maryland Department of the Environment to bring this up to all standards that were required. And you'll see that that wasn't sufficient. We have significant sedimentation coming into the forest next door, which is a 30-acre forest that's privately owned by the community, and eroding streams, as you'll see. And it's also laid a great deal of sediment into Lake Ogleton. And there's the remediation for this is to be determined. Maybe it'll be one of those Eric Michelson projects, who knows? There are all kinds of recourses. So let me ask Linda to walk you through just some visuals so you get a sense of what storm water can look like when it erodes the soil. Linda?
Good evening. So I've always been a proponent of a picture's worth 1,000 words, and so this is what we're going to do. We're going to show a lot of photos that have a lot to do with some of the effects that we're seeing, but also we have some comparisons, some before and afters, or I'll let you decide which is the better looking. Also, most of the photos and footage that you're going to see this time are from more recent events in February, but we also had events in August, we had events in September, November, and so on. So if it rains, we have an event. I'm sure you can all appreciate that. So let's get started. So this is what we're used to seeing. Essentially, this is what Anastasia described as being the construction site. It used to be a lovely rolling golf course, and it's soon to be an athletic park. This is Lake Ogleton, how most of us like to see it and remember it. And this is what it looked like in February, just a couple weeks ago. So again, 16 before the construction started and a couple weeks ago. And this is Chase Pond. Chase Pond lies near, adjacent to Claiborne Road, and between Claiborne Road and, was it Heritage Harbor? No. Where Sam's is. Chesapeake Harbor, excuse me. Here's Lake Heron, which is very close to it. Again, chocolate brown, not what we're used to seeing. This is no before and after on this. This is both after. This is a video. I think this will give you a perspective, and it's flying up and going across the construction site.
You can see in the upper right, that's the woods that we have protected. And it's adjacent to are now becoming ball fields. The community protected 33 acres of this particular woods. It's a primary forest. It's a pristine kind of Maryland forest, by the way. Yeah, the woods is owned by the community itself. and we're helping it with the protection of Maryland Department of the Environment. You can see Lake Ogleton on your right, up in the right-hand corner. It just slipped away. So this used to be a hilly golf course, very hilly, actually, sort of by the standards of St. Andrews. That's what it was designed to be like. And now it's flat. And it's very challenging to move that amount of soil and not let it move back. That's the bay in the distance.
So again, as Anastasia was saying, what you saw, the video was an aerial view. And as you can see here, the blue outline, and I don't have do I have a pointer in this?
Yeah, the red button.
Okay, the upper right corner of the picture.
Right here. Oh, I got big fingers apparently. Great, just great. Okay, so in the upper, I'm going to put this down. In the upper right-hand corner, you'll see the blue outline. That is, there's a spillage there, and it's spilling down into the conservation easement, which you can see on the next slide. And this is a video. Again, this is a conservation easement that this is going through. A different site in the woods.
This is how eroded streams are created. And here's some more examples of erosion in the backyards of people.
Anastasia, you said that the builder did conform to what the state asked him to do in spite of that.
That's correct.
So what you saw in the video earlier, it's all flowing from that site down through the an intermittent stream. This is what an intermittent stream looks like once it's no longer dry. And on your far right, that particular water is flowing all the way along Ogleton Road behind the homes and down Delaney, if you're familiar with the community, and then into Lake Ogleton. And you can see the results here. It's going through wetlands, and the results are just astronomical. And the footage is if you think it's not up to par as far as exposure is concerned, people were taking these photos in the rain and in the mist, because we live there. We care about what's going on. We wanted to record it. And this is Carrollton Road, one of the main county roads into the community. It's adjacent to the athletic field that's under construction. And it's not only draining and eroding Ogleton Woods, it's undermining the infrastructure of the road.
So the property owner and the contractor have made sincere efforts to prevent the circumstance from getting worse, and they are working with our community to address problems as they arise, working quickly. We get information out to everybody quickly. They've added additional sediment controls over and above what the county requires. And there's more information on that if you're interested at the Key School website. And they've revised their stormwater plan, upgraded it. Yes, sir.
In conversation with the planning officer of the day last week, he told me that contractors are only responsible for the first inch of rain, and that anything after an inch, the county doesn't expect them to remediate. So it sounds like your contractor is going over above and beyond the first inch. That's a serious deficiency in the county's regulations.
That's not true.
The county regulations are geared towards the first inch per hour of rainfall, but that is no longer the kind of climate we're in. And I mean, Richard will help us understand this a little better. But yes, the whole point of this is that even if you meet the county standards, and MDE inspects your site and says it meets all standards, the standards can be overflowed very quickly. Yes, in the back. So the whole science of sedimentation and erosion is something we're going to have to learn, because our laws and our bureaucrats and our engineers aren't really fully up to speed on the topic, and need additional information, training, and need pressure from us.